You probably think Peppa Pig is just an innocent, brightly colored cartoon about a family of pigs jumping in muddy puddles. But what if I told you that this children's show is hiding some of the most bizarre, unhinged, and downright disturbing details on television? From secret criminal underworlds to a dark hierarchy of animals, the creators left behind clues that completely change the way you see this universe. Today, we are exposing 12 mind-blowing details hidden in plain sight. Keep your eyes peeled, because by the end of this video, your childhood memories will never be the same. Let's dive in. Let's start with a detail that proves something is fundamentally broken in Peppa's reality. Have you ever looked closely at the clocks in the background? If a scene takes place in the morning, like when the kids are heading off to the zoo or when Peppa and George interrupt Daddy Pig drawing Mr. Wolf's house, the clock always reads exactly 10 a.m. But wait, it gets weirder. Whenever a scene shifts to the afternoon, like when the family visits Madame Gazelle, the clock is permanently stuck at 4 p.m. Sure, you could argue the animators were just cutting corners to avoid continuity errors. After all, a clock reading 4 a.m. during a school day would raise some eyebrows. But in the context of the show, it makes you wonder, are these characters living in some kind of time loop? Now, let's talk about Daddy Pig. The show constantly reminds us that he is a highly respected architect. He designs blueprints for Mr. Bull and his construction crew. But there's a glaring contradiction here. For an architect, the guy is completely clueless when it comes to basic tools. Just look at the episode where he tries to hammer a simple nail into the wall. Instead of a clean job, he accidentally creates a massive wall-destroying crack. And his solution? He immediately hangs a picture of his kids over it to cover up the crime scene before Mummy Pig finds out. It's hilarious, sure, but it makes you question his credentials. Is Daddy Pig actually a fraud? Speaking of Daddy Pig's architectural skills, there is a massive Easter egg tying his profession to one of the oldest fables in history. When Mr. Bull's construction crew arrives to build a new house, they actually ask Daddy Pig what material they should use. Straw, sticks, or bricks? Does that sound familiar? Those are the exact materials from the Three Little Pigs. The first two pigs used straw and sticks, and their houses were destroyed by the big bad wolf. Only the brick house survived. This heavily implies that Daddy Pig is a direct descendant of the smartest pig from the fable. And to confirm this, when Wendy Wolf's family shows up to inspect a new house, they literally huff and puff to test its strength. The lore goes incredibly deep. We accept that Peppa's world is run by talking animals, but what exactly is the biological hierarchy here? Because it's not just animals walking around. Suddenly, we are introduced to Mr. Potato and his crew, literal walking, talking vegetables with their own consciousness, putting on Christmas shows for the kids. If that isn't strange enough, actual humans exist in this universe too. We see a pirate and even Santa Claus. So, we have talking animals, sentient root vegetables, and stray humans all sharing the same planet. Have you ever noticed the bizarre city planning in Peppa's town? Every single house, the school, and the shops are all built on top of insanely steep, isolated hills. It's a visual staple of the cartoon, but there's a terrifying reason behind it. The town is constantly under threat of catastrophic flooding. We literally see this in the episode appropriately named Flood. Because Daddy Pig is the local architect, he designs every new building on the highest possible elevation to prevent the town from drowning. Suddenly, those quirky hills don't look like an artistic choice. They look like a desperate survival strategy. Let's shift to some juicy neighborhood drama. Why is Mr. Bull, a construction worker with absolutely no children of his own, always hanging around the school? The answer? He is hopelessly in love with the teacher, Madame Gazelle. In the episode Magic Words, we see the poor guy trimming the school's grass, clearly trying to impress her. But Madame Gazelle is having none of it. She ruthlessly slams the door in his face. When the kids force her to say thank you, she opens it, mutters a quick thanks, and immediately slams it in his face again mid-sentence. Mr. Bull is down bad, but Madame Gazelle clearly has zero interest in replacing her late husband. Things get really biologically confusing when you look at the show's pets. In one episode, Madame Gazelle takes her two pet guinea pigs to the vet. The vet is Dr. Hamster. Here is the ultimate irony. Guinea pigs and hamsters look practically identical, but in the real world, hamsters live about 3 years, while guinea pigs can live up to 8 years. So, Dr. Hamster is treating two animals that look just like her. except they act like wild pets and will outlive her by half a decade. Of course, because Dr. Hamster is a humanized animal, she probably has a normal human lifespan. But the visual joke is definitely there for the parents watching. And that brings up a massive, unsettling question about the medical system in this universe. In Peppa's world, animals live in a human-like society, but some animals are kept as pets, like Grandpa Pig's parrot. Because of this, they have two entirely different medical systems. Dr. Bear treats citizen animals when they are sick, making him a standard doctor. But Dr. Hamster is a veterinarian who treats pet animals. Think about how terrifying that hierarchy is. They are all animals, but some are doctors and some are kept in cages. Which leads us perfectly to our next point. If some animals are citizens and some are pets, what does that make the zoo? In the zoo episode, we see the kids looking at tortoises and penguins kept behind enclosures. The zookeeper explicitly says they have to keep the gates shut so the animals don't run away. In a world where pigs, wolves, and elephants walk on two legs and drive cars, the zoo implies that any animal that hasn't evolved human intellect is locked up for the others to stare at. It's essentially a prison for the unevolved. Drop a comment down below with the hashtag animal if this theory is blowing your mind right now. Not all the citizen animals are good people. Enter Mr. Fox. He is blatantly running a criminal empire right under everyone's noses. We see him swindle Emily Elephant out of her festival stand, taking everything without paying a dime. He even scopes out Grandpa Pig's chickens at night, clearly planning a heist. But the absolute best detail is hidden at the police station. On the wanted board, there are posters featuring the exact logo painted on Mr. Fox's van. He is a wanted fugitive. And the darkest irony of all, his son, Fred Fox, dresses up as a police officer. One day, Fred is going to have to arrest his own father. The tension between the animals isn't just about crime, it's about survival. Remember how we said there are carnivores in this world? Look no further than Mr. Lion, who works at the zoo. When the kids are talking about food, Mr. Lion flashes a very predatory smile at the teacher and calls her Madame Gnu. A gnu, or wildebeest, is one of the primary prey animals that lions hunt and devour in the wild. The show plays it off as a joke, but it's a clear indicator that Mr. Lion's raw carnivorous instincts are bubbling right just below the surface. If I were Madame Gazelle, I would never turn my back on him. We've saved the absolute darkest detail for last. In the episode of the fire engine, Daddy Pig announces he is meeting up with the other dads from the football team for a barbecue. Sounds innocent enough, right? Wrong. Look at who is on the football team. The roster includes both a pig and a cow. So, if they are having a traditional barbecue, what exactly is on the grill? Are they grilling beef? Are they grilling pork? If they are eating standard barbecue meat, it means they are literally cannibals feeding on their own kind. It is easily the most disturbing implication hidden in the entire series. Peppa Pig's universe is way darker and much more complicated than any of us realized. Which of these hidden details shocked you the most? Let me know in the comments below. If you want to uncover more insane cartoon theories and hidden details, check out one of the 2 videos appearing on your screen right now. Choose one, click it, and keep the fun going because we are just getting started. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.